you're waking up on fire for your business 1 week, but by the next week, you're questioning everything. You're posting when you feel confident, then you disappear for days when your engagement dips. You're tweaking your offer every other month because you're afraid it's not working fast enough. Or you're treating your business like a fling instead of a covenant. Ooh, can we talk about it? Can we talk about it? Are you treating your business like a one-off fling? Are you really committed to your business? Or when times get hard, are you fluctuating? Excuse me, right? Is that what you're doing? And so I want you to understand that I want you to understand the power of covenant, because that is what you need to really be able to build a sustainable coaching business, any business. But because I'm a coach that helps coaches, specifically, I'm speaking specifically to coaches, for you to really build out the business of your dream, to have a successful business where you're really growing and being able to transition into coaching full time. If you're not already, it really requires you to have the power of the covenant. All right. And so we're going to jump into it. And so the C in covenant is commitment over comfort. Okay. Commitments over comfort. The Bible tells us, let your yes be yes and your no be no's. This is Matthew 5:37. Let your yes be yes and your no's be no's. So once you make a decision, you should absolutely stick with it. Be committed to the decision that you're making, right? And when you do this, repetition strengthens your neural pathways. Every time you follow through, right, your brain reinforces belief through dopamine release, deepening trust in your ability to finish. So this is how you establish self-trust, right? When the more you take action, this is what really strengthens your neural pathways. All right. And so this is why it feels so good when you actually complete a task. This is the dopamine release. And it's different. The dopamine release that you receive from actually accomplishing a goal is way more powerful than the dopamine hits that you're getting while you're scrolling, because those are short-lived. The dopamine release, when you're really executing your goals and aligning with your God-given purpose and doing what he's called you to do, it's so exonerating, because it's like, yes, it's just so fulfilling. And so it's really important for you to see in the power of covenant to having a committed business and a thriving coaching business is commitment over comfort. All right. So inside of my Business by Belief Accelerator, like, this is some of the things that I teach my clients, right? And so inside there, like, they learn like how to anchor your calling, right? We align your business with your God-given calling. Even when your emotions fluctuate, you will stay steadfast, because the very first thing we teach, the very first module, is realign with your creator for clarity. That's the very first module we teach. And so when you are in alignment with your God-given calling, this is what's going to help to reinforce and help you to have that repetition and repetitiveness, building that self-trust, because you know this is your God-given purpose work. All right. And so the O is open communication. Open communication. Just like any marriage, just like any relationship, you want open communication. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. This is Proverbs 18:21. And so the brain's limbic system mirrors emotional tone. And so when you have authentic communication, it activates connection with safety in both relationships and in sales. And so when you're showing up and you're marketing your business, it's so important for you to really believe in what it is that you're marketing. Like, if you don't have conviction in your offer, if you don't truly have conviction in what you're selling, your audience is going to feel that. They're going to know it, right? And so oftentimes it's like, it doesn't matter like how much you post, how much strategies you're implementing, how many tactics you have. What really matters, the primary most important thing, is your mindset behind it. It's your belief behind it. It's the conviction that you carry. And so once you're inside of, like, once of my clients are inside of the Business by Belief Accelerator, we work on your story selling, right? Story selling speaks directly to the limbic system, right? This is what speaks to the emotions of your audience. And so that's what actually brings people into buying, right? It's emotions. With any type of sales tactics, you want the energy is what's gonna lead to the transaction being fulfilled, right? And it's when you're invoking emotions, because people do what they feel like doing. So you want to have story selling messaging so that they can see themselves in the journey. And when you do this, your words carry that authority. It builds trust because now your clients see you as the guide. All right. And so this is how you're able to attract and to really market your business and to be able to sell more sufficiently and more effectively. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the V. The V is vision beyond feelings. And so just like marriage, when you are in covenant with your business, you want to hold steadfast to the vision that God has given you. No matter what it feels like, no matter what it looks like, hold fast to the vision that God has given to you. The Bible tells us in Habakkuk 2:2, write the vision and make it plain. And so visualization, you want to hold the vision by visualizing every day. Visualization activates the same neural circuits as action. So just as they did a study where they were testing like basketball players and like shooting 3-pointers, right? And I forget exactly the ratio, but it was almost neck and neck where the basketball players who actually like just visualized versus the one who actually went on the court and was throwing the 3-pointers, like it was almost neck and neck. So visualization, it's like it trains your brain and your subconscious, like, oh yeah, we've done this. We know this already. And so visualization is so important. This is why God has given us our imagination. The brain begins embodying future outcomes before they manifest. And so before you actually see what God has shown you, see the vision that God has given to you come to life, it requires you really honing in and staying steadfast to the vision that God has given to you by meditating on it, visualizing it, and seeing it so that you show up as that future version of yourself. All right.